Okay, I'm starting a video. Keep your dirty comments to yourself, or I'll have to edit it out.
Okay, I'm going. You're gonna edit it out? Oh no.
Here would be the transmission, well. Two panfuls. Under the pan, yep. Mmm, tasty. Coffee, anybody? I'm still waiting for the. I put like 3 quarts of 1030 in here just to get a little bit of oil going in it. I don't think I've seen any of that yet, or it all mixed in with this water. What I'm assuming is mostly water here. I drain it out about a half a pan full at a time. I think she's starting to run out of oil, or starting to run out of fluid there, Captain. The rear drain plug, there's actually 3. There's this one here. There's the hydraulic. Whoops. Sorry, guys. The hydraulic one there that you can't see, and there's one more in front of it up there. They said drain this one first. It'd be nice if I had 3 drain pans. I guess I could move up one hole and it would probably still drain out. Let me get the dipstick out so this drains faster, and I'll bring you guys back. This is not really a how-to. This is just what's coming out of it. It's like a number 0215 number. I wonder what coil it is. Or a distributor cap. Alrighty guys, figured I'd do a little bit of an update here on the Ford. I know the last video I took over the weekend, it was running pretty good. And then later on, I don't know if it was that day or the next day I was running it, started missing and carrying on, and then very shortly after that I ran out of gas, so I assumed that was it. But I put fresh gas in it, started back up, still missing and carrying on a little bit. Don't get me wrong, it starts pretty easy and it runs. It just has a weird mist to it. You'd almost think it was ignition, but it sounds like it's lean. It sounds like it's rich. To me, it almost sounds like a fouled spark plug. So I took the carb off and cleaned it, and that had no change. And I mean, it was pretty good inside. It wasn't too bad. I think I got a little bit of video of that, but not too much. Actually videotaping, it's still daylight out as you guys can see. Normally it's pretty dark in here at night, and then I screwed around with the cleaning the points again last night and messing with the distributor cap and the coil. And the conclusion I come to is A, is that the cap on this thing is pretty crappy, and B is I don't know if this has a 12 volt coil or a 6 volt coil. My grandpa said and my uncle said they put a new coil on this, and shortly after they put the coil on is when they started having the battery issues. So I went on Steiner Parts. I ordered a 6 volt coil, ignition kit, tune-up, which is the cap, rotor, plugs, wires, points, condenser, and a set of spark plugs. And I ordered the kick out, the cutout for the starter generator, the charging, and I ordered the new resistor. I ordered a new resistor block for this so I can wire it right. Does it really matter? No, but I wanted it. So tonight, and I don't know if I'll get the spark plugs out before it gets dark. Hopefully not. It's still 6. It's only 6 o'clock right now. I'm gonna get the spark plugs out and just look at them and see if one looks bad out of the others. Because for all I know, maybe it just fouled a spark plug with me putzing with the carb that I maybe should have left alone. Until that point, I'm just gonna wait till the ignition parts show up. Then I know that's all good, because like I said, the cap is suspect. And it took me, anytime it seems like I screw with this distributor and cap, it takes me about 4 tries to get it back together so it has spark. It's something to do with the way the coil goes down on the cap. because there's actually pieces broke off where it goes in around the little coil piece in the middle to go down through the distributor cap. So I have a feeling they're not fitting together right, because when you get it down on there right, it pushes the cap forward just a hair. So like I said, I got all that coming and new gaskets for that. I changed the oil. There'll be a little short segment on that, and the tire is still going flat. It's on my list of things. I already know what's going to end up happening. I'm going to have to replace this tire. And this tire back here, I mean, it holds air and everything, but it's definitely got a lot of, it's got a lot of checking going on around the treads. So if I do a lot of heavy pulling, which I plan on doing on plow day, luckily this is the one down in the furrow, so it won't be pulling as much. The left-hand tire will be doing a lot of the pulling, I think, unless I'm thinking backwards. Am I thinking backwards, or am I thinking the right direction? I don't know. I never plowed with a tractor, so we'll find out. And I got somebody who's gonna loan me a plow. So I should have that handled. So without further ado, let me get these spark plugs out and take a look at it. I putzed with this last night. No matter what you do with the carb, I couldn't get it to run right. I could get it to smooth out a little bit with about half or 3/4 choke on, but that was about it. And the other thing was, and I'm glad I took the carb off, I realized the choke butterfly, the top half of it, is able to hinge down, like say it starts when you're cranking on it, so that way it don't flood out. Well, that's why I wouldn't start on its own. You had to give it carb cleaner, because basically the top half of the choke butterfly was always down. There's a spring or something missing. So what I did is I flipped it over so that way it's always choking. This doesn't have an actual cable, just has a spring-loaded rod. So as soon as you let off of it, the choke's off. So I'm fine with that. So here we go. Alright, got all the spark plugs out there in order here. This is the backmost plug. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but they don't look too bad. They're a little bit black, which I knew they were going to be. But nothing real scary looking. So, for now, you know what I do see? The washers are on upside down for all these spark plugs. See that? The sealing washers. So I flip them over, that might help. A couple of these were, the center two were pretty loose and the outer two ones were fairly tight. So let me flip them washers around, stick them back in, and we'll see what she sounds like. Maybe, I'll go get my spark checker and then I can test it on each plug and make sure I got spark at each plug, huh? It might not be a bad idea, huh? Then I can see, because it may just be the distributor cap messing up. Or it could be the carb, who knows? Alright guys, see what she fires up with. Still gotta put a tie down on this battery yet. Fuel on, even though it would probably start with what's in it. Heat on. Choke. What do you got? To me it sounds way too rich, but I'm going to pull it outside and then I'll putz with the carbs some. Let me grab that stuff off the hood.